Hey there, viewers, a Transformers fan or Charlie Young back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Studio Series 86 Soundwave. Now, they are basically going all out on the 86 movie for Studio Series this year because, well, it's the 40th anniversary of the film. I mean, hell, they're freaking doing an apology tour for that time they killed Optimus. Which, okay. I mean, hell, the most recent wave that's coming out soon is entirely 86 figures. And honestly, it's either figures I have already, figures that are really cool looking, or yeah, maybe it's gonna look better in person, but yeah, that doesn't give me hope. But this is not about Astro Train. This is about Soundwave. And, well, how is this figure? Well, starting off the box. Well, of course, it's the standard modern style Studio Series packaging. And, of course, this is a leader figure. And the reason for that is he actually comes with 3 additional, well, I was going to say mini cons, but it says mini cassette figures. So we've got Soundwave, along with Buzzsaw, Laserbeak, and Ravage. So we can see Soundwave here, we've got Laserbeak, we've got Ravage, and I'm guessing he's injecting Buzzsaw. Was Buzzsaw in the film? I don't remember. Takes 28 steps to transform him. This side we just got a picture of Soundwave. Here we just have all about City just burning down, it looks like. The back, of course, got them in both modes. Got the cassettes. It says what he does in the film. Got a picture of him in the film, and hilariously, you see that plaything? That was taken from a YouTube clip of the film. Oh my god, Hasbro. Bro, come on. So yeah, this was taken from a YouTube video, and they just forgot to crop that out. Oh my bloody god. But anyway, that's pretty much it for the box. So, moving on to the figure, let's start off with Soundwave himself. Because, of course, if you're old enough, if you're what the kids say, unk, you'll know that this is a tape recorder. Of course, me being like, what, nearly 20 now, I was not born during the time of tape recorders. But, hey, it's still a cool rectangle. And of course, it does still do the whole tape deck thing. So you just press that. In fact, that's a really satisfying noise. Like, that, seriously, like the noise that makes me close the door, that's actually really satisfying. Oh. But yeah, this does still have the other details, like if you look inside, you can see the spools there. I think that's what they're called. Of course, got play, fast forward, rewind, stop. I think that's record. Got the, I think that's like the battery indicator or something. Yep, I was looking at my other Soundwave, that's the battery light. Got right and left right there. Unfortunately, we don't have like the on and off switch or the volume knob, but there are fake versions for the robot mode. Because, yep, that's just his leg right there. And the back is, yeah. Soundwaves don't really look good from the back if they're in the tape deck mode, or So, but I will give it this. It looks better than the Earthrise version. I think this is taking inspiration from the Masterpiece, because we do have the accessories in there, but they're actually hidden. Oh yeah. And underneath is nothing to write home about. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the tape recorder mode. It's just a big box. But it does have functionality, because if we bring in his cassettes, you know, those things he plays at Spectrum games on. So we got Laserbeak right here. Here's Ravage. And here's Buzzsaw, which, like, I remember there being a huge Buzzsaw drought from, like, Combiner Wars all the way up to Legacy. Like, we just did not have a Buzzsaw figure for the longest time. Even though we did have a mold available, like, it took until, like, what, Legacy United until we got a new Buzzsaw. And now he's here again. Which, honestly, I would have accepted, like, Rumble or something, but hey, he's already a core class figure, so. But let's look at the cassettes. So let's start off with the two birds. And honestly, yeah, these are kind of rough. Like, you see gaps in them. And it's obvious that these are meant to more just go into his chest rather than be convincing cassette tapes. Oh, they do have the little, like, spool things in them. Although the other side, yeah, that's just folded up Laserbeak. And Buzzsaw is essentially the same, just now in yellow. I wonder if we'll get, like, repaints of these guys into, like, Garboil or Sundor or something. I don't know. And Ravage is also kind of rough. Like, we still have, like, the spools here. But, that is... Ugh. Like, when I show a comparison with, like, the Siege Ravage later, yeah, this is definitely not the greatest. Like, this is definitely taking inspiration from the Core Class Steeljaw. How the transformation also takes inspiration from that. So, yeah. But these can integrate with Soundwave, so we can just open this. Take one of the cassette tapes. Slide that in. And there you go. And it still opens up with no issue. Although, I'm fairly certain... Yeah, only one cassette can fit in at a time. I'm sure if they do like a sound blaster, they can retool the chest to have it hold two tapes, but yeah. That's Laserbeak in there. We can also fit in Buzzsaw if you want to reference the original toy. And essentially, like, so we got some more yellow there. Or Ravage. And I remember the Siege Ravage didn't really fit in his Soundwave all too great. But this guy, he actually fits in really well. And as a bonus, I also have the red one. We're not going to discuss who he is, because that's going to spark a whole freaking debate. So, this is the red one, okay? We're not going to get into that freaking can of worms. But, come on. Ah, damn, his foot's out. Takes some finagling, but he can also fit in there pretty well. Compared to the previous Soundwave where it was kind of a tight fit. But here, he fits in there no problem. And I'm sure Blast's cassettes can also fit in here. I'm sure the wrap back that came with, Well, I'm sure like either Siege wrap out or the wrap out that came with Perceptor could fit in here. I don't have those, unfortunately, but yeah. So yeah. Now for accessories, well, with Soundwave here, they actually store on him, which is pretty clever. And for the mini guys, well, here we have Laserbeak and Buzzsaw's guns. And they actually attach on this little bit right here. And do these take blast effects? Yes, they do. So you can have Laserbeak and Buzzsaw shooting at bigger robots. So that's pretty cool. They're pretty much the same, so it doesn't matter which one it doesn't matter which one you get them to. But we got the little bits right there that you plug them into. We'll do that in robot mode, but the next one is a bit of parts for me, essentially. Because, yeah, we got Ravage's guns, but we also have his tail. So, yeah, it's just like Steeljaw, where you have to attach the tail on separately. Yeah. But anyway, that's essentially it for the tape recorder mode. So, last way to do, comparison. So, here he is with the, I guess, Earthrise Soundwave. It's essentially the Netflix one. Although this could also be the Legacy United one, but this particular one's the Netflix one. But it was also re-released in Legacy United. So you can see that. Yeah, this is a lot cleaner looking. Especially a few details like the record battery thing there. Like, this really did something clever where one of the little pins was repurposed as the battery light. Although, the Studio Series does something clever where these bits that stick out, they push in on the Studio Series figure. Plus, the weapons just actually hide in the Studio Series figure. Although, the door in the Netflix version opens up way more. So, honestly, that feels a bit flimsy, to be honest, but plus, the door closing sounds a lot more satisfying on this version. But one thing that we can see is this guy's a lot more colorful. Like, there's some gunmetal on the bottom, whereas here's just blue, and that's because they're trying to go for more cartoon accuracy now. And yeah, on some figures it kind of looks nice, like on the Soundwave here. Shockwave, it's kind of fine. Thundercracker, I think it looks great, but on some figures it, yeah, it kind of falls apart. But it does mean that we lose some of the really cool detailing, because we'll see in the robot mode. But we also have the cassette comparisons. So, here we have the two Laserbeaks. And yeah, this one's a lot thinner, but... And yeah, this one looks more like a cassette, but... This one's not really hollow, as such. Then again, in Siege, this wasn't really meant to be a cassette. This is more meant to be like a shield. So, yeah. And I think the biggest one is Ravage. Because here's the Siege version, or the Netflix version in this, and you can see it actually looks like a cassette, because we got like the side A thing, Japan, 60 minutes, MC, which I think is micro change. And then here we have cat that got run over. So yeah, actual cassette, whatever the frick this is. Yeah, Siege wins out for me in the cassette mode. But can these actually fit into the Studio Series figure? Well, yes they can, because they're actually a lot thinner. Okay, still can't do the double cassette, but yeah, these do fit in. And that actually looks pretty good, because, you know, it's meant to be an actual cassette tape there. But, you know what? Enough mucking about. Let's finally get this guy transformed. I've talked about this mode for too long. Most people have probably clicked off by now and are watching, I don't know, freaking Mr. Beast or something. Ugh. Speaking of Beast, let's get the cassettes transformed first. So, for Laserbeak and Buzzsaw, their transformations are essentially the same, so just gonna take these wings, fold them down, take what's gonna be the legs, fold these down, display the wings out, try and get the head out. This is very difficult to do if you've had your nails cut recently. Oh, there we go. Then just take the gun weapon. There's two little ports that these plug into. And there you go. And Buzzsaw is essentially the exact same transformation. So we'll just... There we go. And again, getting the head out is rather difficult. There we go. Let's try and plug these in. There we go. So here we have a Laserbeak and Buzzsaw in robot mode. And Ravage's transformation is fairly similar to Steeljaw. For example, the head's pretty much split in half with the cassette mode, so we just have to combine that together. The front legs display outwards. Then we just rotate the entire body around. Move the legs down. Come in here. Just get the back legs splayed out. And just move these down. Just move the legs down. Then just take the tail. And essentially jam it right into his arse. Come on. This is actually kind of tricky to do because it's on a little tab thing. So it's kind of a loose connection. But once you manage it, and this hasn't come off. Here we have Ravage in robot mode. There we go. So we'll come back to these three later on, because it's time for Soundwave. So I'm just going to start by taking the guns off. This one's not wanting to come off. There we go. So yeah, you can leave it without the guns in place, but it leaves some hollow gaps, so... But anyway, to start off, I'm just going to lift up the buttons here. And similar to the Netflix version, I'm just going to fold these in, these little flaps. And I'm just going to leave that lifted up for now. Next, I'm just going to take these back flaps and just leave those folded back for now. Try and untap these bits here from what's going to be the arms. And just untap what's going to be the legs. So we can just move these all the way down. Open up these panels. Get the feet down. And these white bits just fold in. Next is a step I sometimes forget to do. Get your finger in and push out these bits. There we go. Now we just fold these back in, and now we can fold these in. Rotate the feet around. Now we can just fold this down. Rotate the waist. Come around here. Tab in the shoulders. Come around here. Try and open this up. Get the hand out. On. There we go. That's one hand done. There we go, and we're nearly there. Last thing to do, just open this up, flip around the head, close this up, and these flaps are just gonna fold in. And to complete the look, take this shoulder cannon and, well, plug it in. Because obviously, that completes the silhouette. And here we have Soundwave in robot modes. And yeah, that looks really nice. I know some people aren't really big fans of the whole cartoon aesthetic for Studio Series that they're doing now. Like, Masterpiece tried it a few years ago, and yeah, a couple of figures were huge stinkers. I mean, hell, they're even doing Soundwave like this now in Masterpiece. But for this Soundwave, I think it looks really nice. So, it's got the huge backpack here, which I'm fairly certain is actually accurate. Because, like, in the original toy, you could open this, put the weapons in here, and have them as batteries. You see that he's got a fake on-off switch and the volume knob, which I wish he had in the tape deck mode. Just have this as a butt flap now, so you can just do what you want with that. The head, which that is Soundwave's head. Come on, that's amazing. I just wish I had light piping, but oh well. And now giving him his other accessory. So of course what we just do is we push this in and we pull this out. Kind of like the first version. And there we go. Now let's briefly look at his cassette partners. So for Laserbeak and Buzzsaw, yeah, they look really good in bird mode. I especially like the little Decepticon symbols on the wings. So yeah, not really any qualms with them. It's just, I think it'd be cool if they were redecorated into like Garboil, Thundor. I'm trying to think who else. I'm trying to remember like the other cassette birds that were. Anyway, we we also have Ravage, who, okay, he looks better in robot mode, I'll give him that, but still, I don't like how the tail is a separate piece. Although, at least he looks more articulated than Steeljaw, because if you remember, Steeljaw was just like a brick for a cat head. Ravage at least has some articulation here, as you can see. Like, head, unfortunately, doesn't seem to do anything, but yeah, these can move. I'll take this off for now. Yeah, these can move. You can, like, do this if he's getting cuddled by Soundwave. Oh, this can even... I was going to say that this can swivel, but no, he's blocked away. But these can go out. These can go out, and these can also move. But, yeah, the tail coming off is rather annoying. Especially when it's not wanting to go back in. But yeah, he does look really good with his partners. Plus, well, the other cassettes can still go into the chest if you want to. If they fit. Oh, there we go. So, yeah. And, well, putting him with the Earthrise Soundwave, well, this is actually surprising. He's taller, because normally, like, figures are... Well, normally figures get, like, kind of shorter, but here, he's a fair bit taller. Which is actually really great to see, because, you know, with this being a leader class figure, I mean, this one was previously sold as a leader class, but this one feels like a leader class figure. I think he's probably still Voyager height, I'm fairly certain. Like, he's just a bit shorter than Megatron, but still, I like how he's taller than this one, but this one does have light piping, so... Next up, the two Laserbeaks. And the guns do look better on this Laserbeak, I'll give it that. In fact, I don't think there's even guns on this one, it's just a little, like, silver block. But I do like how the wings are angled out on this one. Plus, with this one, you can actually have him on Soundwave's arm. You can just flip out the little peg, put him on Soundwave's arm, and there you go. With this one, I mean, there's like a little bit there. So, like, maybe his feet could, like... Yeah, I'm not really sure. Like, it's not really a secure connection. So, yeah. It doesn't look like this Soundwave can have Laserbeak attached on, unfortunately. Like, you can see the little bit on the arm. There's a bit on Laserbeak's like little foot there, but unfortunately, like, you can get him to sit, but yeah. So unfortunately, I don't think he can perch on the Soundwave. Maybe something more for Megatron, for everything I've seen from the film. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on to the two Ravages, and keep in mind, this Ravage doesn't really look too good in robot mode. This one does excel in robot mode, but this guy does win at cassette mode. So, yeah. Well, finally, let's do the articulation. So, head can go side to side. Can kind of look up and down. And the arm can just move around. You can T-pose. I'm trying to see, does he... Yeah, we got bicep rotation. It looks like he's got double jointed elbows, but I don't think he does. It only goes to 90 degrees. Wrists can swivel. Hands can open. The waist can swivel. If you move this flap out the way, he can kick forward. If you move the back flap out the way, he can kick back. He can do the splits. Swivel there at the 5 for the transformation. Foot can swivel. And okay, I just had to check. He does have an ankle pivot, and it's a really good one. So yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say about these guys. So, my complaints, honestly, mainly with Ravage. You know, like, he doesn't really look too great in cassette mode. The fact that the tail has the parts for him, he kind of brings this down a little bit. But yet, Soundwave himself is great. Like, obviously, you might not be a fan of the whole cartoon aesthetic, because if I bring in this Soundwave again, you can see that this guy's got some more, like, greebling on him. But me personally, I don't really mind. I think that this guy looks really good. Is he the best Soundwave that we've ever had? Well, obviously that's subjective. But honestly, I think that this is a really good figure. Sure, Ravage is a bit iffy, and the cassette modes for Laserbeak and Buzzsaw are not really the greatest, but I think that Soundwave himself is really good in both modes. Yeah, the tape deck mode could have used a bit more color, but still, I think that this is really good. So, would I recommend him? Honestly, I do recommend him. Sure, it's a leader figure. You might not have the budget for a leader class figure, but if you do, I absolutely recommend this figure. It's a really good Soundwave. The cassettes work really well, even like even the cassettes that were released like earlier, such as, you know, Rumble and Frenzy, like Rat Bats, Blasters cassettes. So yeah. And honestly, I think this works better as a leader class than this guy did in Legacy. Like, don't get me wrong, this is a really good Soundwave as well, but I think this is a better value for money because he's taller, he just looks better in both modes. So yeah. So this has been my review on Studio Series 86 Soundwave, along with Laserbeak, Buzzsaw, and Ravage. And this is a Transformers fan signing off.